G'day, Chris Bowen from EFTM, and today I present to you the all-new BMW 530e. Now, when people think about a hybrid, what's the first word that comes to mind? Toyota Prius, boring, and there's no doubt about that. This is an exciting, dynamic vehicle. It's a plug-in hybrid, sure. It requires a power plug. You plug it in at home and you get that 60 kilometers of range. But at the end of the day, it's a BMW. It handles and drives like a BMW, and it's fast, very, very fast as a matter of fact. This is the perfect executive saloon for those who give a rat's about the environment. What we have here is the 6th entry in the BMW iPerformance range. It's another plug-in hybrid. Of course, here at EFTM, we've driven the i3 and the supercar looking i8 in recent years, but there's also an E version in the 3 Series and X5 range, and now in the 5 Series range. This is powered by a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine that has an electric motor attached to it, producing decent figures of 185 kilowatts. Now this is no slouch. It'll do the 0 to 100 kilometre an hour dash in just 6.2 seconds. Let's take a look at some of the standard equipment. You've got adaptive LED headlights, including high beam assist, automatic tailgate. You've got a fantastic head-up display, one of the best in the business actually. Dynamic damper control for great suspension handling. Driver Assistance Plus, this is fantastic and allows for up to 40 seconds of hands off the steering wheel, autonomous driving if that's what you're into and you trust it. It does work, I'm told. Lumbar support for the driver, navigation system, the professional version, and a fantastic surround view reversing camera. Now, as with every European car, I'll talk about the base price in just a moment, but there's plenty of options and they do cost you. Apple CarPlay, this is almost inexcusable, $623. If you want a nightclub on wheels, Bowers & Wilkins Diamond Surround Sound System, $6,400. Take a look at some of the other necessities in life, like a massage function for the front seats, $1,800. You can even have seat heating for the front and rear for, well, another $700. I'm lucky enough to be sitting in the luxury line version of this particular vehicle. All up with all of those options and a few more thrown in, you're looking at $125,000. That's before on roads. It's an expensive car when you start ticking all those boxes. Hey look, I'm driving a BMW. It's always a special occasion, and as they say, it is sheer driving pleasure. A lot of people who've been driving this car with me have said, geez, it feels like a 7 Series. It's a substantial car. You look over the bonnet and it's got significant width and bulk to it, but it does shrink around you the more you get to drive it. Everything you touch and see in this cabin is pretty high end. I, in the past, have thought recently that BMW have struggled with their interiors. They seem to lag behind the dazzling displays that Audi and even Mercedes have created in their C-Class, for example, and even the E-Class. But this 5 Series has really stepped it up a notch. There's beautiful wood inlays, metallic effects around the center console. The steering wheel is nice and thick and substantial, and it's just got a nice quiet ambience. That could be because the engine's off and I'm cruising along only on battery power. As with all hybrids, there's a range of graphical displays on the dash that let you know just how efficient you're driving. So if you're into your gadgets, you can have a bit of fun by keeping, an eye on just exactly how you're performing as a driver. There's also some extra technology involved in this car. You can have an app which you can download, and you can do all sorts of things with that app if that's what you're into, and look at the fuel economy and the past history of the vehicle and what you've been doing. But look, all in all, this is just a beautiful executive saloon, and it's extremely fuel efficient, but still has, well, a very high degree of performance. Now this is matted to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, and let me tell you, it's a fantastic drive. It feels substantial behind the wheel. It wafts along with that typical BMW luxury feel, but at the end of the day, it's extremely fuel efficient. In fact, around town, you can expect figures of around 4.5 litres per 100. The claim figure is 2.5, but with a longer trip, probably around 7.5 litres. And the best thing is there's pricing parity when it comes to comparing it to the petrol model, the 530i. It's exactly the same price, $108,900.
This is EFTM, everything for the man.